Was Mortal Kombat 1 great enough to win Fighting Game of the Year? Can the actor for Homelander be convinced to voice him in the game? And finally, what is NetherRealm doing to fix Invasion mode? The answer may surprise you. All that and more discussed in today's video, because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. So if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell down below so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It helps my channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Fighting Game of the Year. For anyone not aware, maybe you live under a rock, the Game Awards happened yesterday, and a lot of people missed it, but one category that did have my attention was Fighting Game of the Year. Although, if I'm being honest, the competition was not that steep. I've never actually heard of two of these games, if I'm being honest, but Street Fighter 6 versus Mortal Kombat 1, that's an actual competition. And after all the reviews and votes were in, it looks like Street Fighter 6 came out on top as Fighting Game of the Year. And for a lot of people on social media, that makes sense. But me, I'm not quite convinced. I think you can definitely argue that Mortal Kombat 1 is the better fighting game package. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Keep in mind, I love both these games, Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. I play them all the time on a weekly basis. However, even so, for the next few minutes, give or take, I'm going to make the case for Mortal Kombat 1 being the better fighting game. So first up, we have the roster. Because when it comes down to it, the most important factor for a fighting game is the roster, and believe it or not, Mortal Kombat 1 has more characters even though Street Fighter 6 has been out for longer. At this point in time, Street Fighter 6 has 20 characters, whereas Mortal Kombat 1 launched with 23 characters, and that's not counting the cameo fighters. So already Mortal Kombat 1 has more characters, and I understand that a cameo is not a full character, so let's pretend that it takes 3 cameo characters to equal 1 full character. Once we apply that handicap, that's still 5 extra characters on top of the base roster of 24, making the roster 29 characters in total. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 just has more characters to experiment with. And that's not even factoring in how you can mix and match the characters, right? This character with that cameo, there's so much to experiment and explore with this roster. So when it comes to characters and sheer roster size, Mortal Kombat 1 wins. So next up, let's talk about offline content. A lot of people compare World Tour to Invasions, and I understand why, because both modes have you walking around from place to place. However, a lot of people seem to forget that Mortal Kombat 1 also has a complete story mode that takes between 5 or 8 hours to finish. And the reality is, Street Fighter 6 simply doesn't have that. World Tour is the story mode, so Invasion and story mode are pretty much the same thing, and once you finish it, that's it. There's no more offline content. So once again, I think Mortal Kombat 1 has Street Fighter 6 beat in sheer number of game modes, because not only does it have a separate story mode, but also the Invasion keeps changing every season. And now finally, it's time for the third category, unlocks. Street Fighter 6 only had 2 costumes per character for months now, and unless you want to spend money, you can't get a third costume for any character, and keep in mind each costume is very expensive, just like Mortal Kombat 1. However, that being said, every Mortal Kombat 1 character had at least 3 costumes since the game launched that you could unlock. Or to put it a different way, Mortal Kombat 1 simply has more stuff to unlock. And on top of that, while both games do have an online ranking system, Mortal Kombat 1 actually rewards you for reaching the higher ranks with some new costumes and gear pieces. Oh yeah, the gear pieces. I almost forgot about that. On top of having more costumes per character, Mortal Kombat 1 also has gear pieces to unlock as well, so just more content in general. So honestly, once again, Mortal Kombat 1 wins this category, which means all we're left with is the gameplay, and I feel like that's subjective. Some people prefer Street Fighter 6, some people prefer Mortal Kombat 1. At the end of the day, which game has better gameplay is always going to be a matter of opinion. But when it comes to everything else, I think Mortal Kombat 1 is the superior game in terms of content that it offers. But once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because like I keep saying, I really do read each and every comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Which game is better, Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat 1? Because next up, it's time for topic number 2, Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1. Can he be voiced by the official actor from The Boys, Anthony Starr himself? For anyone not aware, it's all but confirmed that the official actor of this character, Homelander, is not going to be the one voicing him in the game. However, even so, some people choose to believe that he's simply playing a character. Well, unfortunately, this video dropped recently.
Hey, have you seen Call of Duty? I voiced Call of Duty, so go play that.
And there you have it. When Anthony Starr was asked if he would be voicing Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1, he simply said, "Play Call of Duty, because I voiced my character in that game." Which means, once again, it's very unlikely that Homelander is going to be voiced by Anthony Starr in Mortal Kombat 1, which is very unfortunate. Do you think it's possible that Warner Brothers spent too much money on Megan Fox and therefore could not afford Anthony Starr? Because if that's the case, I'm just so sad. If multiverse theory turns out to be real and there is a reality where Megan Fox was never hired to voice Natara, then that means NetherRealm had enough money to afford Anthony Starr, and I'm very jealous of that reality. I want to hop to that one right now, okay? No hate on Megan Fox, and I love Natara. She's a fantastic character, but Anthony Starr is Homelander, so it's so sad that he's not going to be voicing the character in the game. But on that topic, there's been some rumors circulating, none of which are confirmed, but the most popular is that Warner Brothers did not want to pay Anthony Starr the money that he was asking for the voice of Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1, which could be possible, but it's not confirmed, and I just want to throw that out there. No matter what the reason may be, we know for a fact that Anthony Starr was open to voicing Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1, but things just did not work out, which is unfortunate. But now finally, it's time for the last topic of today's video, invasion mode. Apparently people are not very satisfied with this offline game mode. And of course NetherRealm is not happy to hear that, so they actually released a survey where you can answer questions to help them make invasion mode better. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link in the pinned comment if you want to take part in this survey. I know that I'm definitely going to as well, because even though I don't hate invasion, I'll jump at the chance to make my favorite fighting game better in any way that I can. In fact, I'm gonna do some of the survey right now. It says it'll take 10 minutes. I'm not gonna make it that long for you guys, maybe like 2 minutes at the most, but I'm just curious what's in here. Next. Okay, in Mortal Kombat 1, you have played Invasion Season 1 The Spectre. Yes, I did. I like that season. Which of the following console games have you played? Why does this matter? This has nothing to do with improving invasions mode, but okay, I've played pretty much all of these actually. Which of the following Mortal Kombat games have you played for more than 10 hours? Have I played the first game for more than 10 hours? Probably not. MK3, yes. I've barely even touched MK4. Yes, yes, yes. Never played DC actually. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, okay, all these games. How would you rate your overall experience with Invasion Season 2? Good. Yeah, I think it was good. Just a bit too easy to get lost, and I think one time the key was in one of the mystery matches where you had to play a certain character and do a fatality or something. That was the only way to get the key, and I was like, seriously? That's ridiculous. Okay. How often did you feel confused while playing this game? I would say just sometimes. Yeah, it's gonna be honest there. I don't like the word scramble stuff. I know some people do because it harkens back to the classic Mortal Kombat games, but I'm just not a big fan. Just tell me what you want and I'll do it. Did you ever feel like you were unable to progress in Invasion Season 2? Somewhat. Yeah, I would say just sometimes. One of the key items to actually advance and beat the Tarkatan colony required you to go on a path that you knew you could not finish because the end of it had like a gate, so you couldn't keep going that way. So why would you go that way? Well, because you have to, because right until that final part where you can't go any further is the key item needed to finish the level. That actually did get me upset, sorry. Had to get that off my chest. That did bother me. Survive is bad. Like, their survive is way too difficult. I agree. What I actually do to beat it though, is I just have one character who's really beefy. He has all the stats and health. And then I have talismans that make them even harder to kill. That's what I do to beat survive, and I think that might be what NetherRealm actually intended. They saw that everybody was pumping their points into attack and special moves, so they thought, okay, make survive really hard. That way the player has to actually switch to a different character. All right, and there we go. So it took me about 5 minutes instead of 10. So I recommend everyone watching take the time to do this survey just to make sure the game mode is better. Even if you don't like invasions, this survey being completed could make it better and more enjoyable for you. Just in case anyone watching is curious about my opinions on invasion mode, I like it for the most part, but the issue is I don't like fighting the AI, and I don't think I ever will. Outside of that, I think my only criticism is there not being enough keys. I discover so many hidden chests while exploring the map, but I never seem to have any keys on me. And as a result, I'm forced to leave the chest behind and hopefully remember where it was later when I do eventually have the keys. And I think that's my biggest issue with invasion mode at this point in time. And then on top of that, a map could be nice. Maybe it starts off being blank, but as you explore, it fills out more of the map so that way you can remember where you've been and not get lost over and over again. again. Those are my two main issues right now with invasion mode. Not enough keys, and it's way too easy to get lost. So if NetherRealm can fix those two things, I think invasion could be next to perfect. But as mentioned earlier, tell me your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like down below. It helps my channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.